Did you just say
Skateboarding.
you started skateboarding? What? I just want to say, man, congratulations, bro. In this video, I'm gonna be going over 5 things that people don't really talk about in skateboarding. You need to decide right now, why am I skateboarding? I'm personally skateboarding, bro, because I really think that skating is... Honestly, when I started, I just want to learn how to ollie and just ollie up curves. That's all I wanted, bro. But the more I watched skateboarding and I began to obsess over it, and I think it was that style. When I saw that style, I was just like, man, I want to replicate some of these styles. And they just look at people on skateboards, people doing extreme sports. I always just thought that they looked so free. You know what I mean? Like, they looked free. Like, they just looked like they're just vibing and they're just having fun on their skateboard, bro. But that's the first biggest thing I would say, man, is find your why. Why do I want to start skateboarding? What was my reason? I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're skateboarding for anything other than just for the love of the sport, and what I mean by that is, if you're skating for status, if you're skating for girls, if you're skating for respect or anything, bro, don't skateboard then. Like, that's not what it's about. And the reason why I say that is because you're not gonna enjoy skateboarding. Like, if you're gonna skate, bro, you're gonna skate to enjoy. Like, you gotta enjoy it. That's the only way you're gonna make progress. Obviously, there's gonna be the people who are gonna notice that you're not skateboarding just to skateboard, and they're gonna call you like a poser. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think. But the reason why I'm telling you to do it, to not do that, is because you're not gonna enjoy it. You're not gonna enjoy skateboarding if you're just skateboarding to look good. You gotta skate because you actually enjoy it. You're not gonna get far in skateboarding if you don't like it. If skateboarding is not for you, bro, that's fine, bro. Now I'm gonna transition to my second point. First point was, before you start skateboarding, you need to figure out your why, because without the why, you won't have a goal to go towards. The whole conversation about learning and skateboarding is a little... When people say I learned a new trick in skateboarding, that's like a very broad statement, because what does that mean? A lot of people, I feel like, when they say I learned a trick in skateboarding, what they really mean is I landed my first trick the other day, and that counts as learning it, right? That does. I mean, it kind of does, but there's a difference between like landing the trick and actually being able to land it consistently. And that's like a big misconception a lot of people have about skateboarding. Just because you can ollie does not mean you can ollie well. That's the thing. And the reason for that is because skateboarding is very, very technical, just like any other sport. Just because you can ollie does not mean you can ollie well. There's a lot of elements to it. There's the pop, there's the drag, there's the boating out the board. For those of you who have not seen an ollie, this was an ollie looks like. Dude, I've had this board for about 2 weeks. And look, check out my tail. It's already razored. Jeez, bro, that's how much I skate. See, that just shows you, bro, like, I think the more you're gonna skate, bro, that brings me into another topic. Huge problem in skateboarding: financial problems. There's a lot of financial problems in skate. It costs money, homie. You're gonna be spending a little bit of money, and the problem is a lot of people who start skateboarding, they're teenagers or younger, probably even younger, and they ain't got no money. You gotta be asking your parents, your folks, for some money every now and then for them to help you out with this activity. They might help you out because unless y'all budget's tight right now, or you can't spend a lot of money right now, I think a lot of times I feel like your parents will try to help you because they see that there's an activity that you love now and a hobby that you're trying to get into, and they're gonna try to support you. But that doesn't mean that necessarily that even though they want to support you, that they have the money to support you. So because of that, that's one big obstacle with skateboarding, is just you're not sure if you're gonna be able to afford it. So that's something to think about. What I do in skateboarding, the most money I spend, I'll get a deck, I'll pay $40 for it max. All you're gonna do is replace the deck. You're not gonna replace the the trucks or the wheels or the bearings. Actually, the most I spent, honestly, when I started skating was on bearings, because I would mess up my bearings really quick. Or I would just want to get new ones because I would wash them, but they wouldn't, I could tell they weren't rolling the same, so I would just buy new bearings. Depending on where you skate, if you skate parks more, your boards are gonna probably last longer. If you skate street, like out on the street all the time, your boards, you might end up having faster razor tail, because if you're popping your board on like uneven concrete, or you're popping your board on a lot of cracks, like on the asphalt roads, it wears down your tail faster. Especially me, because I like to do a lot of tail stops. That's one thing, man. Like, if you can, try not to get into the habit of doing a tail drag, whatever, which is basically this. This is what a tail drag is. Tail stop, whatever. That's a no-no. I'm gonna do it better. That's a no-no. Don't do that. That's a no-no. Don't do that. If you do that too often, you're gonna get razor tail, and it just sucks because obviously razor tail is, I showed you guys, right? The back of my tail is flat as hell, and what sucks about that is you're not gonna be able to pop your tricks as high, and if you can't pop your tricks high, you're not gonna get the best out of your skateboarding, obviously, right? So can never think with this camera. I'm still getting used to talking to a camera, guys, bear with me. But yeah, bro, like your tail, like it's gonna wear over time, and you're not gonna be able to pop as high. It's gonna, honestly, and then as your tail gets wear down, it gets smaller too. It gets like thinner, so you're gonna want to get like a new deck all the time, and that's gonna add up. So you really gotta take care of your skateboard and just be mindful. The other thing that you need to know about skateboarding, bro, this is a big one. You're gonna eat it a lot. I mean, bro, you're gonna eat it a lot, okay, homie? And it's part of the process, bro. You just gotta get used to it. You gotta get used to the fact that you're gonna eat it a lot. The reason being that you're gonna eat it a lot is because I don't care how good of a skater you think you are. You could be freaking Rodney Mullen, bro, on steroids. You are gonna eat crap most of the time, okay? And if you're not eating crap, that means you're probably not stepping out of your comfort zone enough, because these tricks don't come easy, bro, and you have a lot of trial and error to go through to land these tricks. You're gonna be, like I showed you, man, you're gonna be putting your foot here, you're gonna be putting your foot there, higher on the board, like this, you're gonna be like this, you're gonna be like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. You're gonna be dancing on your board, trying to figure out where to put your foot. So, and you're gonna be trying jumping higher, lower, whatever, trying to stay centered. You're gonna be constantly making different decisions about foot placement and things like that. So because of that, you're gonna eat it a lot. You're gonna eat it a lot. It's just the tricks are hard to land in the beginning, at least, right? The more you try, the easier it'll get, trust me. But yeah, man, the beginning, it's always, with any trick, with any new trick, anytime you try something new, bro, you're probably gonna eat it. But the good news is, especially for flat ground, at least, it's low impact, which is good, because if you fall, as long as you know how to fall, you're good. Which reminds me, bro, I didn't put this on the list, but you should learn how to fall as well, because if you can't fall, the main takeaway from knowing how to fall correctly is not stiffening your body when you fall. Make sure, like, you tuck and roll on your shoulders, but you can catch yourself with your arms, but don't keep them straight out like that. You bend them, so when you hit the ground, you have your elbow bent, and then you roll onto your back. Never extend and hold it like that. I've actually done that recently. It's funny that I say not to do it, but I've done it, because I've done all this crap, bro. It's harder to not do that when you're falling backward. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not as used to falling backward as I am forward, so forward is easier. Falling backward, you gotta tuck your head and try not to extend your arm behind you. That's something that I did, and my wrist hurt a little bit afterwards. I didn't break it, thankfully, but Make sure, bro, like you're being careful about that. Okay, anyways, point is you're gonna fall a lot, bro, so expect it. Don't be ashamed of falling, bro. People are gonna look at you. Well, if the skaters will understand, the skateboarders will know why you fall, because it's part of it and it takes a while to learn it. They'll get it. People might still look at you skaters, but they're just checking you out because they're like, oh wow, this guy's really getting it. Trust me, bro, we have full respect for you. Don't even question like if you look like a beginner. If you do, who cares, bro? Honestly, bro, like the biggest thing you're gonna learn from skateboarding, bro, is not to care about what people think, because you're gonna eat it a lot. And especially when you try to do, the people who are really gonna judge are gonna be the ones, random people that don't skateboard. They're gonna be the judging ones because they don't understand it. But you just gotta ignore them, bro. You just gotta focus on yourself, bro. You gotta learn to fail and accept it. Failure is part of the process. Most of life is gonna be failure, bro. That's a big thing we learn from skateboarding. Most of life is failure. So if you don't learn to enjoy the failure, you're not gonna enjoy life. So you gotta learn to enjoy the process. So failure, falling, eating it, be prepared, bro. If it makes you feel better, wear safety equipment. For flat ground, as long as I've probably been lucky, but I probably should at least. Sometimes I wear wrist guards. At least people say you always need to wear a helmet and stuff like that. That's true. It probably would. Honestly, bro, nobody likes to wear helmets. But okay, I would personally wear a helmet if I was skating bowls more. I would wear helmets. But like on flat ground, when you're not really like skating anything, like you're just on flat, like it's low impact. So if you fall, the biggest risk is your wrists are your biggest risk, and your ankles are a risk because you can land awkward. But other than that, bro, it's like you're chilling, bro. It's no big deal on flat. But I'm not saying not to do it, bro. If you feel safer, do it. Like I said, don't care about what other people think. Fear is gonna be huge. No matter, it's always prevalent, bro. You're never, even when you're very confident with the trick, fear in skateboarding will always be there. It might not be there on flat, but every time you try to do that trick off a ledge, off a set, over a gap, fear is gonna hit you like a MF. So you gotta be careful, bro, about that. It's gonna be hard. That part's gonna be hard. So fear is always, well, it doesn't have to be hard. It's just, you just gotta stay focused and don't do anything that's outside of your comfort zone, bro. This is the danger with skating with friends. Some of your friends are probably gonna be more experienced than you, and they're gonna push you to try things that you're not really ready for. But you gotta be able to stand up to them and be like, hey man, I just learned how to ollie yesterday, bro. I'm not about to try this. Damn, I'm not about to try to ollie El Toro, bro. You're tripping, bro. Oh, that 15 stair, if you don't know what it is. I think it's 15 or 20. I don't remember. Point is, don't do anything outside your comfort zone. How do you know when you're ready for a trick? You know you're ready to try something off like a set. Well, the best thing to do, I would say, is if you want to eventually learn how to ollie off a 15, start with a curb. Start with a 2, then go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and until you get to 15, bro. That's the best way to do it. But before you even move on, say like you're going to 1 to 2 stair, don't move on to the 2 stair until you can basically land the ollie over the 1 stair 9 out of 10, or I don't know, maybe like 7 out of 10 times. Even though, to be honest, you should be able to do that at least 9 out of 10 times, if I'm being honest with you, bros. Just so that you're very confident. So then once you hit the 2 stair, you'll be fine. It won't be that much of a big difference. You'll hesitate, but you'll get it. And 3, 4 will be easy. It'll get much more difficult, like around like 7 or 8. But that's cool, bro. That's part of what it is, bro. Just especially because right now I'm actually having trouble gapping out. Like, I suck at gaps, and it actually has to do with the fact that I have to learn how to bone my ollies even more. Like, I know it looks like my ollies are boned, but trust me, bro, it's way different when you're in the air and you're basically going fast. You have to go faster to clear it, right? So that's another thing. Speed is another element that just changes everything, bro. So you're going faster, and you also have to stay in the air longer, in a way. Like, because if you try to do a small ollie, even though you're going fast, you might be able to pull it off if it's a smaller gap. But if it's a wider gap, it needs to be fast, it needs to be decently high, and it needs to be in the air longer. Or because if you put your wheels down right away because you can't hold your ollie high enough in the air, you're gonna clip. Because trust me bro, I try it all the time and I clip all the time. So you gotta be able to bone out your ollie. So that's another thing, bro. Fear is a constant presence in skateboarding that you're gonna have to overcome. This is kind of similar to the stuff I talked about in my practice video, but trust me bro, it is something I guess I would have wanted to know better, like when I started out, that skateboarding is gonna be a lot of fear, and it doesn't matter how confident you are, you'll always be somewhat pretty afraid, because your body, when you're in the air, is telling you, why are you doing this, why are you doing this, this is not safe, you know what I mean? So it's just not natural to be on a skateboard on a piece of wood with 4 wheels attached to it flying through the air, bro. So don't even trip. Don't. All right, the final one is also pretty big. You kind of already know, but consistency and discipline is something that you're gonna really have to improve on when it comes to skateboarding, because skateboarding is crazy, bro. You'll learn a trick, like especially like a kickflip, bro. Like you'll learn a kickflip one day, and if you have not practiced that kickflip for like a week or 2 weeks, by the time you get back into it, it almost feels like you have to relearn the trick, almost. And it's just it's because it really requires consistency. Skateboarding, it's very demanding in that respect, because it's just, yes, you can learn how to ride a bike, learn how to ride a skateboard easily, and you won't forget it. But when it comes to a trick, a lot of these tricks really just rely on muscle memory, and that's how you're able to do it without thinking. That's how you get it to that point. But up until then, bro, you're gonna be doing a lot of processing and trying to figure out the trick, and you're gonna be trying to land this trick, and when you land it, it's gonna be great, and you learn the trick. This is why I was talking about learning the trick, what does that really mean, earlier, because even though you landed it, you still gotta basically try to land it again, and the second time you try to land it, it's gonna take another like 100, then after that another 100, and then maybe slowly you'll get like 2 out of every 15 tries, and then, you know, 1 out of every 15 tries, and one out of every 10, and 1 out of every 7. So because of that, you have to become more consistent and try to skate more often. Don't judge me, I'm human too, I'm trying to improve as well. But yeah bro, it's gonna take a couple of tries, but to get consistent. Consistency is a skill, nobody talks about that, but it's gonna take a couple of tries for you to get consistent at something, until you finally get it. It's hard to be consistent at something, especially if that thing just gives you, like, if you're procrastinating because you're afraid of like not fulfilling your destiny, or you're afraid of not landing the trick. You think somewhere deep down you feel like this trick is just something you'll never land. It's harder to attempt because you're afraid of that becoming the reality, that you can't land this trick. Like that's one of the things that I think comes deep down into procrastination is fear, right? So yeah, consistency and discipline. Discipline to have the consistency, of course, and discipline to whenever you go on skateboard, all the times you just want to have fun and just practice the tricks you already know how to do because they feel good and you're comfortable with them, or you just want to go out and mess around with your friends. But it's got to get down. It's eventually, bro, you got to start practicing tricks you're not comfortable with, because that's the only way you're going to improve. So discipline and consistency, bro. That's something I didn't really know was that demanding about skateboarding before I started. But now that, you know, I'm in it, right? I know much more, and I realized how demanding it can be. So these are all things that you should definitely consider in skateboarding, bro. And although it sounds like a lot of cons, the pros, I would say, obviously it's different for everyone, but I think the pros outweigh the cons, because it's just skateboarding is amazing, bro. It feels great to land tricks, and honestly, bro, like, don't get me wrong, like, other costs I didn't mention were like shoes. You have to buy new shoes, new clothes, because you need clothes to skate in. You don't want to mess up your nice clothes, you don't want to mess up your nice shoes. You know, the skateboard itself, things you have to buy for the skateboard, helmets if you're gonna get them, things like that, bro. It costs, and there's a lot of things to consider. Also, I didn't mention this one, you got to consider, like, or is there a skate park near you, or where are you gonna skate, or where's your nearest ledge? And it can be, some people are more fortunate across the globe because they have better skate parks, but don't let that deter you, bro. You can still have fun skating. You can still do flat ground. That's what I do, man. Flat ground, man. If I could never like tray flip, if I could never tray flip off a 10 stair, I'm okay, bro. As long as I can tray flip, I think I'll be happy, you know. Overall, bro, like I ain't even tripping about it, bro. Just do what you can, bro. Nobody's gonna judge you for not being able to do it, and if they do, man, screw them, bro. They're probably just hating on you because they low-key can't do it either. So don't even trip, bro. Don't trip about anyone. Just focus on your goals, and homie, you gonna be big, homie. Just stay focused, bro. You were meant to do this, bro. The reason why you didn't think skateboarding, you were made to skateboard, bro. Like, if you're watching this video right now, bro, you're meant to be here, bro. You were meant to be here, bro. Never forget that, bro. Never forget that, bro. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for watching this, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go skate a little bit more and start hitting this video and start doing some work for school. But hey, you already know what it is. Like and subscribe and keep pushing. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace.